Well, good evening from London. Welcome to Piers Morgan Uncensored. Happy International Women's Day. Hurrah! Although personally, as a more ardent feminist than all the virtue signalers out there today, I celebrate it every day. For me, I'm a 365-day-a-year feminist. Not just one day a year. Not me. I'm every day. But what about this International Women's Day anyway? What does it mean? We're in an era where people won't say the word women. They say things like individuals with a cervix, persons who identify as female, birthing parents, menstruators, chest feeders, bodies with vaginas, and so on and so on. It's utter madness, but this is becoming the norm. These are all genuine terms used to describe adult human females by everyone from the British NHS to the Lancet Medical Journal. Now, you might notice a problem with this so-called inclusive language. It excludes women. And in these fevered times, woman seems to be the hardest word.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No,
Yeah.
I can't.
My question is, are all trans women women? You haven't answered that question.
Well, that's not the point that we're dealing with here.
I like scented candles, and I've watched Sex and the City.
Yeah,
How do I know if I'm a woman?
that's a great question.
A woman can have a penis.
Look, I'm not.
What are they identifying as?
As a woman.
But what is that?
As a woman.
Trans women are women, but in the prison context, there is no automatic right for a trans
So
woman.
there are contexts where a trans woman is not a woman.
No, there is.
As Prime Minister Rishi Sunak told me, to my great relief and probably yours, it's not a difficult question. A woman is an adult human female. Standing up for women has never been more important. Women have fought for years for the right to vote, for equal pay, opportunities, respect. But all those rights are now under attack, and the attacks range from the ridiculous to the downright dangerous. This ultra-woke mentality that anyone can be a woman who sticks their hand up and says they're a woman leads to people like sex offenders like Adam Graham in Scotland, who suddenly identified as Isla Bryson at his trial, demanded a place in a female prison and got one, where if he'd been allowed to stay there, he could have attacked other women. Eventually, common sense prevailed. Nicola Sturgeon, the First Minister of Scotland, was forced to resign over the fallout from all this. And he, and I'm afraid I use the word he in his case, he's a male rapist, was sent back to a male prison where he belonged. Even his ex-wife said the whole thing was a total scam to get a softer sentence. The Cambridge Dictionary is clear. It's an adult human female. It's a biological fact. You can't muck around with biology. It's also an adult who lives and identifies as female, that they may have been said to have a different sex at birth. Well, some girls' schools will no longer call their pupils girls, on the off chance that the girls identify as one of the other 7,500 genders we're not supposed to accept. Sportswomen who've dedicated their lives to achieving excellence in their fields find themselves competing against, and in many cases losing to, people who were born male. The Brit Awards, as I and many others warned, erased gendered categories to appease the virtue signalers, and women were promptly expunged from the top category. Not a single woman in the best artist category. Exactly what I said would happen. Ironically, given the subject matter, the world has gone nuts. Women used to be called women before trans activists made it a verbal hate crime punishable by instant cancellation. And it's not about trans rights. I support trans people's rights to fairness and equality. But as I always say, not when it impinges and infringes and destroys women's rights to fairness and equality. So I say we should just get rid of International Women's Day. I think it's become a farce until all those queuing up to signal their virtue about it are prepared to say in public what a woman is. Otherwise, what are we celebrating? And how can we use the word women in the title of a day we're supposed to celebrate when those who want to celebrate it refuse to say what one is?